Hi guys, this is Mehrnoush from Ross IELTS Academy with our today's special video on writing task 2. We will check out the 5 question types in the IELTS writing task 2 and we'll get to know how to deal with them. But before we get started, I would like you to kindly like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this way, you can get the chance to watch more and more videos on our channel and boost your score in a very short time. As I was looking at your comments on our YouTube channel, I faced a question that many of you keep asking us all the time. Do we have writing courses or writing correction services? Yes, of course we do. Our writing services and our online speaking mock tests are the most popular ones that we offer. You can check out our website to find out more about this or simply click on the links provided in the caption. And thanks again for your great comments and your questions on our YouTube channel. Today's video has been made due to the request of you in the comments. For example, Said H has asked us this question. Mehrnoush, I have one question. In which types of task to academic writing we should state our opinion in the introduction? I know opinion-based paragraphs require that, but should we say our own idea in discussion type or two-part questions, causes and solutions, or advantages and disadvantages? Okay, dear Said, you should watch our today's video, and your answer is in this video. And also, I want to thank every single of you for the comments that you leave on all our videos. Thank you very much, and let's get started. As I told you in the previous video, in order to write an essay in IELTS Writing Task 2, you will need to go through some steps, which are analyzing the question, underlining the keywords, brainstorming, and applying the correct paragraph structure for that. You know that we have 5 different question types in IELTS Writing Task 2. Let's have a review on that. The first one is opinion question, or agree or disagree question. Next one is discussion question. We have advantages and disadvantages question, problems and solutions, or causes and solutions, and also double questions. Now, let's talk about each of these question types in more details. The first question type is opinion question. In this question type, it always talks about a person's or a group's idea about something. In other words, you only discuss one side of an issue. Let's see an example. Here the topic statement says, people now feel a greater sense of belonging to communities online rather than where they live. Do you agree or disagree? As it is clear, we have a single-sided issue. What I mean is that it's just talking about a group of people who feel a greater sense of belonging to communities online rather than where they live. And then we are asked to say if we agree with this one side or not. Now, we have another example. Let's look at that. Here the topic statement says that being a celebrity, such as famous film star or sports personality, brings more problems than benefits. Do you think that being a celebrity brings more problems? Here again, we have an opinion question, but the difference is that you're not asked to say whether you agree or disagree. You're asked a direct question based on what you saw in the question statement. But generally, this is again an opinion question. However, when you're asked to say, do you agree or disagree, this format is very much more common than the other formats. I mean, in 90% of the cases, you will see this format. Now, let's talk about another example of opinion question. Here again, the topic statement says, living in a country where you have to speak a foreign language can cause serious social problems as well as practical problems. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? Here again, we have one side of an issue, or it's only talking about one thing, and then we should say whether we agree with this question or not. and it's asking to what extent, but generally it is exactly the same thing. It's an opinion question. The second question type is discussion question. Unlike the opinion question, in this one we have two sides of an issue to discuss. Let's see an example. Here the topic statement says that some people say history is one of the most important school subjects. Other people think that in today's world, subjects like science and technology are more important than history. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. As you can see, we have two sides. First, it talks about some people who say something, and then about the other people who have a different idea about something. And then we are asked to discuss both these views and then give our own opinion. The next question type is advantages and disadvantages question. In this question type, you're always given a question statement and a topic, and you should talk about the advantages and disadvantages of this issue. Let's look at an example. Here in the topic statement, it says, in some countries, young people are encouraged to work or travel for a year between finishing high school and starting university studies. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages for young people who decide to do this. As you see, in the topic statement, we have something to talk about, we have an issue, and then in the question, we are asked to discuss the advantages of this and also the disadvantages. And at the end, we are not asked to talk about our own idea. We should be careful with that. Now, let's look at another example. Here in the question statement, it says that some experts believe that it is better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary school rather than secondary school. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? As it is clear, we have a topic statement, and then we should talk about the advantages and disadvantages of this issue. But it is written in a different format. But don't worry about it, because we're going to talk about the different formats of advantages and disadvantages question in the next videos. The only difference that we can see here is that in discussion question or even opinion question, you were asked to talk about an issue or even two sides of an issue in general terms. But here you should dig in and you should be more specific and talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the same thing. There is also one important thing, and that is about the words which are synonyms for advantages and disadvantages, which are benefits and drawbacks. So if you see these words in the question, don't worry, because this is exactly the same question type, but with different words. The next question type is problems and solutions or causes and solution. In this question type, you always have a topic statement, and then you should talk about the problems and solutions for that, or causes and solutions of the mentioned issue. Here we have an example. In some countries, the average weight of people is increasing and their levels of health and fitness are decreasing. What do you think are the causes of these problems, and what measures could be taken to solve them? As you can see here, we have a problem or we have an issue, and then we should talk about the causes of this problem and the measures to be taken into consideration, or the solutions for this problem. So this is a causes and solutions problem. Let's look at another example. Here in the question statement, it says, global warming is one of the biggest threats humans face in the 21st century, and sea levels are continuing to rise at alarming rates. What problems are associated with this, and what are some possible solutions? Again, here we have an issue, we have something to talk about in the question statement, and then we are asked to talk about the problems and solutions for this issue. So this is a problems and solutions question. Identifying this kind of question, problems and solution and causes and solution, is not hard at all, because you always see these words: problem, solution, causes, measures to be taken, or the paraphrase form of those. The next question type is double question or two-part question. As it is clear from its name, you always have a question statement and then you have two separate questions about that. Let's see what we can do in an example. Here it says, today more people are traveling than ever before. Why is this the case? What are the benefits of traveling for the travelers? So here you see we have a topic statement and then we have two different questions. The questions themselves are not related to each other, but both are related to the question statement. Here we have another example. Increasing the price of petrol is the best way to solve growing traffic and pollution problems. To what extent do you agree or disagree? What other measures do you think might be effective? As you can see here again, we have a topic statement and then two questions related to that. But as you see, the questions are not related to each other and they are totally separated. The most important thing about double questions is that because you have two questions, okay, you should talk about both, you should develop both and cover them using explanation and example. But remember that you should talk about both questions at the same length. For example, if you talk about the first question very short and the next one very long, then you will lose marks in task response and that is not going to be a good thing. So be careful with that. So this is it. In this video, we talked about different question types in writing task 2. And now you have a general idea about how you should deal with them. However, remember, this is only the beginning and you have to learn in details how to write an essay for each topic, which language you have to use and what structure you must follow. You can learn all these things in our writing courses and writing correction services by visiting our website, which is www.rossielts.com. Best of luck and see you soon in the next video.